Hello, this is Joe the Bull podcast, but this is the Wednesday takeover, and I'm, of course, Nicole taking over the show. So we're doing women's small businesses today, and I have a few people with me. We have Angel, beautiful Angel, and we have Jaico Drip. Let's go. Makes all of our merch. We're super excited to have you guys today. Thank you guys for taking time out of your day to be with us. All right, so let's get started. So currently in the workforce in small business administration, there is 43.1% of small women, according to the U.S., that own small businesses. Women-owned businesses have grown 114% in the last 2 decades, which is mind-blowing. Mm-hmm. Like, it's changed over time, which is amazing. So 77.5% of women ages 25 to 54 are employed or actively seeking work. That's a new record. So we're just constantly making new records with women in employment and ownership. Oh, sorry, anyway. So let's get started. I'm going to start with you, Jaico. All right. So when and why did you start your business? What inspired you to start?
Started in 2020, and I don't know, I just kind of got tired of working for people, and I seen so many other people starting businesses and using their talents, and I have a talent, I'm an artist, so I'm like, how can I incorporate that into making money, So me and my husband came up with t-shirts, hoodies, and all of that stuff. So
oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. I love that you do it with your husband. Like, what better is that to do it with?
Right.
Have a partner, but it's also the partner in life. So that's
right.
Awesome. What about you, Angel? What and when and what inspired you to do your marketing with social media or to be like an influencer?
So mine was mainly because of COVID, because everything was getting crazy in the world at the time. And I had to figure out, I'm still going to have to make money. I still got to take care of my family. I have my animals. I have my mom. Like, they rely on me a lot. And I'm also a very big traveler. So that one always was like a thing for me. And I mainly was just like, I need to throw my talents out there. Like, I'm into like kind of like doing acting and like fun, like little things like skits and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And then I don't know, I just enjoy making people have fun, and I like to talk to all kinds of people.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that. What about you, Jaico? What was your mission or objective when you funded your business?
So the whole reason behind it is I want to be able to leave something for my kids when I'm not here. Like, I don't want them to have to go through any struggles, which, I mean, there will still be struggles, but I want it to be easier for them to like go through life with not having to search for work or get fired from a boss or anything. So when I'm gone, I want to make sure they're good,
Nice. Yeah. Do you have any merch with you? Can we see any of your work?
I do. But we got a whole rack set up, right?
Okay, all right. Yeah. So you can take a moment to look for it if you need to grab it. And then, while we're waiting to see the merch, what was your objective or mission when you funded your marketing for social media or for any of the platforms that you work with?
Angel. So we like, you mean like it's like getting a loan or something?
Yeah, like what was your like when you funded your business? Like what was your mission? So your mission was to like to provide for your children and to have something for it, so you didn't have to have a boss. So yeah, that's do you have the merch? I'm sorry.
Yep.
And I'm excited. I'm wearing her stuff too right now.
So this is one, The Way I Love Don't Fit in This Era.
I love that. I love it. It's red.
We came up with a lot of these designs. It's like I said, we're artists, and we just wanted to try to incorporate that into stuff that people can wear.
How do you come up with some of your designs?
So like we kind of sit and make a list of like things that we would want to say on the shirt, and then we pair a picture with it.
Oh, nice.
Like I got a bunch of notes of like different quotes and stuff like that, and then we'll just go through and be like, oh, well, what image works best with this quote and all of that. So yeah.
Right. Very nice. That's amazing. I love your products. Love your merch. Angel, what about you? What was your mission or objective when you started to try to start the marketing?
So I just wanted to have something that I could enjoy every day, just like to do. And I actually got to start reaching out with brands and stuff like that. And I've always been into makeup because I used to be a makeup artist also. And so I loved getting all of the samples and showing, advertising them. And I also just loved the whole like community of it all.
Oh,
Angel,
awesome.
do you have
It
some
made life.
merch from Jaico that you could show us?
I don't have it all yet. We're getting it. But I do have these shorts. These ones are actually Joe the Bulls. And then, Jaico, do you have any of our designs that we've been coming up with? Because I've actually been working with her because of Joe the Bull. He got me all involved with it now. I'm loving it.
Love them. That was great. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I still have the printer stuff. So
They're still, they're still
yeah,
pretty.
I got a printing still, so I'll be able to show it.
Okay.
So what are some of your designs, Angel?
So I've been coming up with like different things. Like we've been doing all kinds of selection because I want it for everybody's kind of demographic. You know what I mean? So we got some Christmas stuff coming out that are more funny for the guys towards, but they are both unisex. And then we're gonna try to be doing some of these beanies. This is what I was telling her about, where she found their embroidery. So we've been having like all kinds of ideas. We have one that says "Do as Angel would do" because a lot of people, they think my life can be interesting. Like I just like go with the flow with things. I don't really like do that about myself. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I always have that like as a quote. People joke with me and they'll be like, "Oh, I was thinking like you today," and I was like, "Oh, really?" So I made it
That's
as like
good.
a joke.
That's amazing. I love that.
Yeah.
How did you get the background skills necessary to run your marketing, Angel?
So I used to do sales. I used to sell $1,000 suits, and I also worked at Victoria's Secret. That's where my name even came from, was Angel, because I worked there.
Nice.
Yeah, and so then I just kind of incorporated it all together because I always had that like creativity side. I always just like to do outside the box things, and everybody always went for like my designs and like things I would do. Like they liked my looks. Like I do different styles, makeup, all kinds of things. So I just kind of went with it.
No, that's amazing. Jaico, how did you get the background skills necessary to run your type of business?
So me and my husband are artists. Throughout school, we were both in like art class and like doodling and stuff. So like the main thing of our clothing is art. As far as like the other part of it, like how to run a business and how to get it started, I did a lot of research. So that I had to learn, but the other part of it, it's kind of natural. So.
Right. I love that. What about you, Angel? How did you get your background skills? Because you worked at the.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, it all kind of went together. Made me be able to talk to people easier, and then I got to like work with brands because of it. Because everybody they liked my personality, and I wasn't like I don't know. I just had fun with things.
Right.
So I felt like it made it easier for people to talk to me or reach out and all that kind of thing.
Yes, if you have that welcoming personality, I find that it does help in your business aspect as well.
Yeah, I'm not into the stuck-up type of people.
Jen, don't you own a business as well?
I own two, actually.
Okay, tell us a little bit about them.
I own a comic book company that we started in 2018. We actually did hit the Forbes 500 in 2020 for second highest comic sales in the United States, which was a heck of an honor and accomplishment. I also have a firearms company where I sell pew-pews to everyone, but there is a legality format with that. Both of my businesses, unfortunately, right now are not doing so well. So my husband has actually started on the streaming platform. So it's hard. It's definitely a learning curve having your own business because you don't have that person to complain to, like so and so's not doing their job or whatever, because you're so and so, and if you're not doing it, then it's not getting done. So
right.
True.
What about Angel or Jaico? What challenges or diverses or advantages have you guys faced in your marketing with, being a social influencer or with your merchandise in your small business, Jacob? Like either.
So with us, like the money part of it, we're on like Facebook and all those other platforms. And for us, we have to like run ads and all of that. We didn't start with a business loan. We literally started with like out of pocket. So it's kind of expensive doing it that way, but we have to be able to have our business credit high. It's like a bunch of stuff that plays into it in order to get funded. So paying out of pocket for everything has been challenging. Whereas we have to like run ads to reach more people, or like the other platform that we're on that kind of like hold us back because we're not running ads. And if you don't have a lot of money to put behind it, it's like, how can you? I don't know. It's hard.
It is hard. What about advantages that you've had in
So,
your business?
I was gonna say I'll do advantage.
Okay.
So my stuff wasn't too crazy expensive, so that's a good thing. Like if you do want to start being a marketer, it's easy to get stuff out there if you have like the way of talking to people. That's the biggest thing, just because then it just makes it easier. But it's cheaper because you can just get a tripod for like $80 and you can take this thing everywhere. Like I travel all the time and I just take my work with me. So I get up and go, and then if some like brand needs me or anything, I'm there.
Can I kind of piggyback off of that? So me and my husband are both shy. Like I don't really like being on camera, but Angel, she's perfect to advertise our shirts, our hoodies, all of that. So
thank you.
And that's awesome that you have that connection between each other. You got a face for it, and then you have the creator of the product. So you guys you need each other. You guys
I agree 100%
complement each other very well.
And she comes up with ideas back and forth too, so it's really cool. Like we just keep incorporating things together.
Jen, how do you think the external environment, social, economically, environmental, technology, legal, or political, has impacted it? You kind of already said that a little bit.
A little bit more.
A question you guys can also think of, but we'll ask Jen first. What do you think?
A lot of comic books are a paper book.
Right.
Most people don't pick up a paperback book anymore. Most people are going to go download an audiobook or something like that. So that aspect of it has impacted my comic business. But to the other side of that, I have a lot of like special edition stuff that we do. Stuff that I go with Marvel, DC, Disney. Like we do special covers for special books, and then those are called exclusives, and you can push the exclusives out because it's a different book than what people are reading or getting on the digital aspect now. But they have honestly switched a lot from paperback comic books to the digital readings now. So that takes a little bit of money out of my pocket too, because people don't want the original books anymore.
Yeah. Wow. Jaico or Angel, how do you think the environment, politically, socially, has affected your marketing with your social platform, or even with your small business?
Well, I could say because of maybe the ban on TikTok, that's gonna be a huge thing if so, because I'm gonna have to change out where I'm gonna go. Obviously, it's always gonna be another place, but I'm probably going to IG next. But the thing is, I go on there every night and I work through all those brands. Like all of that's just gonna go away if that does, and that's gonna be a big thing.
What about you, Jaico?
Kind of a challenge for us being in such a big type of market. Like everybody's selling t-shirts, so if you're like not popular, if your price isn't low enough, people don't want to support you. And then you have places like the country, the companies like Shein and all of that sell their t-shirts for like $7, and then here we go with a $30 t-shirt, and they're like, oh, well, you're charging too much. So it's like it's different things that's like make it hard for us.
Yeah,
I think quality has to do a lot with the product too. Like I have your product, I wear that product proudly, and the integrity, the quality of that product is higher scale than any other that I've ever gotten.
Thank you.
So hats off to you because you are doing it the right way.
Thank you.
That is amazing. How about your guys' personal life? How does your personal life affect your business or with your marketing? I did own 2 small boutiques, and because of my personal life, I had major negativities. So I kind of put that on a hold, but I still have a lot of my products, but that is definitely an issue. Sometimes personal life can definitely affect it mentally, physically, emotionally, whatever the case is. But what about with your guys? I won't go too much into mine, but like, what about with your personal life? Has it affected negatively or positively, or
It's a mix. So I got 5 kids in the house. I work a full-time job. So like trying to balance 5 kids, and I just had a baby last year, trying to balance all of that and still find time for my business. I find myself staying up all night, like me and Angel be up to like 2:00 in the morning, throwing ideas at each other. And I be drained, but my whole mission behind the company, it keeps me going,
Yeah, it's towards the future. That's amazing. I love that.
Yep.
What
I was going to say, for me, it's been positive and negative because I have people always relying on me. So, like, if I'm sick or something goes wrong at home, like, I have everybody waiting there. And I'm just like, I have a whole team. We stay on Instagram. And I tell them when I'm on and when I'm not going to be that night. And when people are counting on you, you really feel bad. Like, especially if you do ranks and they put all of that support into you, it's just a huge thing. But it's such a positivity because I'm so proud of having like a family on there. You know what I mean? Like I've had some of my people since I was like 18 years old throughout my platforms. They've all came from all my new accounts.
No, that's amazing. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. What are some of the new ideas, Jaico, that you are going to be bringing to the table? Anything you can kind of sneak peek us up on?
Well, I have one of Angel's designs right here.
Okay, let's see.
So this is like a chest.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
that's great.
That's one of her chest pieces. Also, her social media. Wait, can I get in the camera? So let's say Angel and then her social media.
I love that.
And then we're working with her and Joe to bring out some gym shorts for the guys.
So that's right. Really can you do some marketing or merch for Joe the Bull?
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the things that you've done for him? I mean, of course, this is a Joe the Bull podcast.
Oh, we've done a lot for Joe. So we done t-shirts, hoodies. We're trying to do beanies, trying to figure out how to get his logo on the beanie. We just recently talked about gym shorts and maybe Letterman jackets.
Okay. So, who designed his face? Was that you or your husband?
No, I think he did that actually.
Oh, really?
That was Joe.
I didn't know that, Joe.
Joe fixed his own face.
Yeah. I thought I was going somewhere. I thought, oh, that's still really good. Oh, you drew. Okay.
Oh, look.
Awesome.
Get her better. Let's get at her.
Yeah.
But you did an amazing job. Amazing job. I love it. Jen, do you have anything else that you want to include?
I was just gonna say, like, we were talking about like being in. I don't know, Jaico, you might be able to relate. Being in business with your husband.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a lot of people think like, oh, how can you do this? Like, don't you drive each other crazy? Like, but to me, I think if there's a mutual understanding and things that, like, you guys know you have your own niches. So it's like, as long as you can grow and communicate together, like, I think it's a great thing to be in business with my husband. So
I do love that. What about you with you, Angel? You are not with your husband in your marketing, but what is it like with working with friends and like with supporters and stuff like that?
So
I want to know, is there any drama ever? Do you ever get like the friend group drama? Like,
yeah, we've gotten that throughout because people get jealous. Like if you're getting more gifts than the other person, you're always constantly winning. It does get like, I don't know, like edgy a little bit. Like because you rub it in your face. You talk like little smack to each other just for the jokes of it. And sometimes that gets to people, like certain ones. I've had a few broadcasters that I can't talk to anymore just because they just get silly. You know what I mean? But I mean, one thing good about social media, you can cut it off at any time if something's going too much. But yeah, I've had that, and then even like regular friends, it's just like I'll do like ranks, I'll do like 24-hour streams sometimes, and they'll be like, I haven't even seen you in a week, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I just been so busy, or I have a sleep schedule different, like it's just that all goes together with it.
Do you think that affects your business or your stream when you guys have like the little drama quarrels and stuff?
It's hard for me to hold back, to be honest. I try not to go on whenever I'm in a bad mood because I don't want to bring that to my stream. I don't think anybody comes there
because
for that.
your energy is what your
Yeah.
people pick up on.
Yeah, it's like their escape for the world. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a fantasy world in a way, just because you get to get away from any of the drama that is going on in your daily, like, or if something happening in their daily life or anything like that. They just go and they get into the battles, and they like being a part of a team, and everybody gets all pumped up and motivates each other. And my whole team talks to each other, so it's fun. Like even if I'm not talking.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's amazing. I love that.
Yeah.
How often do you use your social? Like, are you a daily streamer on the social media platforms?
Yeah, I try to go every single night. So I've been switching up my times because they've been changing. It's another thing that changes on TikTok a lot. You have to look at your analytics a lot, and you have to also check and see if they have new updates, because when they do, the way that they'll like throw your For You page out there and everything like that, it changes all different all the time. So sometimes different times are better. Sometimes it can be different if you do different hashtags. So you have to keep an update on that at all times.
Okay. What about when you battle? Do you have a way of like letting people know that you have a battle, like with your supporters, like a reminder?
Yeah, so I do IG, and I have a team that if there's set people that come to my room all the time, I'll start to invite them into that. And that's the people that I've had for like years. And then also I can share it out. It does have a little thing down the bottom. And a lot of times I'll make a video saying, hey, going live. If you want to come join me, that'd be great, and stuff like that.
No, I love that. What about Jaico, with your new merch? How do you drop it on social media platforms? Do you have like a website?
So I really don't have a strategy. I just kind of just post about it or like run an ad or any. My initial goal was to like build an email list and then drop something once a month, but it hasn't really worked out that way. So that's the goal eventually. But right now I just kind of
go with the flow.
Yeah.
But her website's amazing.
What about
like,
with you?
The quality of it is, it's really good.
Yeah. Jen, what about when you do your specialty comics? How do you reach out to people that might be interested in something like that?
Facebook. Honestly, it's the biggest platform where all my comic followers are. We actually have a page itself dedicated to our comic company. So it's basically FB driven. So that's the best that I can describe it.
Awesome. Well,
Angel, do you have any advice or a final thought on if someone were to want to start social media? Would you say it's a good thing, a bad thing? What direction?
What direction would you be going in?
So,
assuming technical difficulties, you love that.
You want me to wait for it? It's up to you.
No, just pretty much any advice. You can both think about this. What advice for a person either going into the social media influencer avenue or starting a small business in merchandise or whatever, small product? What is advice?
Prepared.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Angel?
I was going to say, be mentally prepared, because you're going to get all kinds of, you're going to get the good, you're going to get the bad. You got to be able to have thick skin for these kind of jobs, both of ours, because you can't give up. You got to be consistent, because when you're not, you drop off the ranks, any of that stuff. In a matter of a day, it can happen. And I know for her, like if she is like throwing it out there and then she just stops for a week, there's people, if she wouldn't have their order out, that would cause problems for her. You know what I mean? Like that's a big one. And then I know, like for me, you have to be ready to just like be always on. Like you can't be the one that's like all Debbie Downer and stuff like that, because I'm sorry, but people don't really like to be around that a lot of times. Like, yes, there are different cases that they'll be okay about it, but at the most time they want you to be positive. They want to have a reason that they're there. You know what I mean?
They want a good host.
Yeah. They just want to have fun.
They want a good
That's the big
business owner.
thing.
They want a good person. Well, that's amazing.
They don't
I
want
love
repetitive. They don't want all that stuff. That's why, like, I try to mix it up. Like, I've thrown pie in my face before in battles, like just silly
Right.
things, just to like make it more exciting. Because I wouldn't want to gift somebody if they're not entertaining me. At the end of the day, that's the truth.
Okay. And if one more question, and then we'll kind of wrap this up. If you could change anything about what you've done so far, what would it be? Or if anything, like if there was something you could go back and be like, oh, I should have done it differently, or I should, is there anything? If not, then that's okay too.
Do you have any?
So for me, I probably would do more research. I kind of just like jumped into it, not really having an idea. Like I knew I wanted to do art on clothing, but I really didn't know how to do it. So I would do more research, take the time, not try to rush it. I feel like I could have started better, and it'd be a lot further than what it is right now.
Yeah, no, I love that. That's a great answer. I thought I had another question we could throw in there. Anything for you, Angel?
Yeah. So I would probably market myself a little bit better. Like I would throw it out there more, my brand and stuff like that. And that's why we're going to be doing a photo shoot coming up for her clothing line here, actually, to show it off. And then also I would be more consistent, because every time I am, it's a whole different story. Like I get to see people that are there more. Like once I stop and I go every so often, you don't have anybody that's actually there. It's all random and new every time.
I get that. Amazing. Well, I really appreciate you ladies for joining me today on the Wednesday takeover of the Jill the Bull podcast.
Thank you.
And thank you. I hope to see you guys soon. And I will definitely be buying some merch and going to hang out with you on the live. So thank you. Damn it, Carl.